What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Monthly Measures here on Great Measures. My name is Richard. Today we've got part 4 of the best metal releases of October 2025. Let's get into it. We've got an EP called Apocryphal Verse by Adjuwanton. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. This is melodic death metal from Texas. This one was released on October 24th via Nameless Grave Records. Adjuwanton hit a new stride with Apocryphal Verse, a release that feels both nostalgic and forward-thinking, channeling that golden 90s era of melodic death metal while carving out something distinctly their own. The Texas collective weave melody and melancholy into a seamless whole, each track pulsing with emotional depth and quiet fury. This isn't just technical for the sake of it. It's heartfelt, deliberate, and loaded with atmosphere. The riffs burn hot, but the mood stays cold and reflective. You get those sweeping, mournful leads cutting through the mix of like distant memories, balanced by rhythms that hit with precision and purpose. It's epic in that slow-burning, tension-building way where every note feels completely earned. The emotion here doesn't explode, it seeps in, grips you, and doesn't let go. Apocryphal Verse is a short, stunning meditation on loss, transformation, and control through chaos. Adjuwanton have refined their craft into something deeply expressive, melodic death metal with a soul, sharp edges and all. It's sorrow-tinged, beautifully restrained, and proof that subtlety can still devastate. That is Apocryphal Verse by Adjuwanton. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We've got an EP called Arise by Omnivide. This is progressive death metal from Canada. This one was released on October the 10th via Seek and Strike Records. Omnivide are making big waves with Arise, a debut that doesn't just impress, it announces. This is progressive death metal gravitas, technical bite, and emotional pull all working in sync. The band's musicianship is tight, but there's a real sense of vision here, like they're crafting something larger than the genre's usual tech flexing. Every track is a balancing act between ferocity and finesse. You've got intricate riffs, symphonic beauty, and rhythmic changes that feel engineered for maximum drama. The vocalist Samuel absolutely owns his space, shifting effortlessly between melodic clarity and guttural power, carrying the whole thing with a sense of conviction that makes the chaos feel earned. The production is pristine too, letting every instrument breathe, even when things get dense. Arise isn't just another flashy debut, it's a mission statement. Towering, dynamic, and brimming with ambition, this EP shows a band already operating on an elite level. Omnivide haven't just arrived, they've crashed the gates of progressive death metal's upper echelon. That is Arise by Omnivide. We've got an album called Unself by Conjurer. This is sludgy, doomy post-metal from the UK. This one was released on October 24th via Nuclear Blast Records. Conjurer have done it again, and Unself might be their most transcendent work yet. This metal juggernaut have taken everything that made mire and pathos so devastating and stripped it down to something even more personal. This record bleeds. It's the sound of self-examination through sonic punishment, where grief, rage, and redemption all collapse into one massive, suffocating wave. From the haunted gospel tones that open the album to the apocalyptic sprawl that closes it, Unself feels like a slow unraveling, not of the band, but of everything around them. The dual vocals from Danny Nightingale and Brady Deeprose hit like two sides of the same wound, raw, desperate, and utterly human. The riffs lurch and grind, the melodies hover like ghosts, and the production captures every ounce of that emotional weight without dulling a single edge. This isn't just sludge or doom, it's a full-body experience. Unself takes Conjurer's signature heaviness and fuses it with frightening vulnerability, turning anguish into art. Harrowing, heartfelt, and unshakably real, it's less an album and more of a reckoning. Proof that Conjurer aren't just at the top of their game, They are the game right now. That's Unself by Conjurer. We got an album called Cantiga Psychotica by Epistolum. This is death metal from the Netherlands. This one was self-released on October the 24th. Cantiga Psychotica feels like a transmission from another dimension, a record that takes death metal's ferocity and shoots it straight into the cosmos. The Dutch collective unleash a sound that's as technical as it is transportive, merging precision drumming, towering riffs, and shimmering synth textures into something that feels both colossal and alive. It's heavy, yes, but it's also vivid, a sonic world that pulses and expands with every track. The vocals cut through like alien signals. Guttural one moment, hauntingly synthetic the next, giving the whole record this strange magnetic duality. Each song moves with a kind of interstellar logic where chaos and clarity orbit each other in perfect tension. One moment you're buried under a tidal wave of blast beats, the next you're floating in the calm between the storms, staring into infinite space. It's that balance, raw power meeting lucid design, that makes Cantiga Psychotica so gripping. This isn't just another exercise in extremity, it's a full-blown experience. Cantiga Psychotica is fierce, imaginative, and monumental to its core, proof that Epistolum aren't content to simply play within death metal's boundaries. They're out to redraw them entirely, and in doing so, they've delivered a record that's as punishing as it is transcendent. This is Cantiga Psychotica by Epistolum. We've got an album called World Maker by Psychonaut. This is post-metal from Belgium. This one was released on October 24th via Pelagic Records. World Maker is a sweeping, soul-stirring odyssey, a record that turns grief into something luminous and alive. The Belgian trio stretch post-metal's framework until it feels almost spiritual, weaving hypnotic grooves, fluid guitar lines, and meditative ambience into a sound that's both crushing and cleansing. It's the kind of album that doesn't just play, it breathes, expanding outward like a universe being born in slow motion. Every track feels like a passage through transformation. The riffs surge and dissolve, the rhythms pulse like heartbeats, and the vocals hover between vulnerability and transcendence. There's a deliberate balance here, power and fragility, chaos and serenity, that gives World Maker its gravity. It's music that invites you inward, even as it carries you toward the infinite. By the time it reaches its radiant conclusion, World Maker feels less like an album and more like a revelation. Psychonaut have built something monumental, a meditation on loss, rebirth, and connection that lingers long after the final note fades. This is post-metal elevated to pure emotional resonance. Subtle, staggering, and alive. That is World Maker by Psychonaut. We've got an album called Lykke by Sunken. This is atmospheric black metal from Denmark. This one was released on October 24th via Eisenwald. Lykke is nothing short of breathtaking, a sprawling four-part voyage through grief, beauty, and transcendence. The Danish outfit take atmospheric black metal to its most majestic heights, shaping songs that feel like living, breathing worlds. Tremolo-picked fury collides with orchestral calm, and the result is something vast and deeply human, a soundscape where anguish and awe intertwine. What makes Lykke so powerful is its sense of movement. Each track rises and falls like a tide, storms breaking into stillness before rebuilding something even grander. The band's precision is astonishing. Every chord, every shift, every eruption feels completely earned. The production captures that balance perfectly, allowing the raw emotion to shine through the haze without losing any of its edge. It's the sound of devastation transformed into revelation. By the time Lykke reaches its final crest, you're left completely submerged, breathless, moved, and quietly undone. It's patient, towering, and achingly alive, the kind of record that doesn't just command attention but deserves it. Sunken have crafted their most profound and emotionally resonant statement yet, a masterpiece of atmosphere and soul. That is Lykke by Sunken. We've got an album called Degradation in the Hyperreal by the Munsons. This is doom metal from Colorado. This one was released on October 24th. This album is an absolute colossus, doom metal stretched to its emotional and sonic limits. The Denver trio channeled death, blackened fury, and atmospheric weight into something that feels both ancient and forward-looking. Every track is a journey, pulling you from bone-crushing heaviness into moments of eerie calm that never quite let you breathe. It's an album that moves with intent. Each shift is deliberate and each eruption is earned. The riffs hit like collapsing mountains, the drums churn like cataclysmic grind, and the vocals sound torn straight from the void. Yet beneath all that density, there's a strange grace, a sense of flow that keeps the chaos from swallowing itself whole. Even the quietest moments pulse with tension, the calm before the inevitable detonation. The Munsons build and break with the precision of sculptors, shaping distortion into something transcendent. Degradation in the Hyperreal is immersive, unpredictable, and devastating in its unity of vision. It's doom as meditation, confrontation, and release, an experience that demands surrender. The Munsons aren't just pushing this genre, they're bending it into their own bleak geometry. This is heavy music made fearless and purposeful. That is Degradation in the Hyperreal by the Munsons. We've got an album called Nocturnal Birding by Author and Punisher. This is industrial metal from California. This one was released on October the 3rd via Relapse Records. Nocturnal Birding marks a fascinating evolution for Author and Punisher, a record that welds cold industrial machinery to a living pulse. Tristan Schoen channels the mechanical precision he's known for into something more organic and strangely tender, letting metallic weight coexist with the sounds of nature and breath. It's still punishing and physical like always, but there's a heartbeat underneath the grind, a sense of humanity creeping through the circuitry. The balance here is remarkable. Every track feels engineered to perfection, yet alive in its imperfections. Rhythms built from birdsong, drones that breathe, distortion that feels almost emotional. The collaborations only deepen that texture, adding warmth and depth without dulling the project's brutal edge. Schoen's control of tone and atmosphere remains unmatched, but here it feels like he's aiming not just to overwhelm you, but he wants you to feel it. Nocturnal Birding is industrial metal reimagined as a living organism, fierce, hypnotic, and deep. It's a record about endurance and evolution, about finding rhythm in ruin. By the time it ends, you're not sure whether you've listened to a machine dreaming of life or a human dissolving into noise. And that's exactly what makes it brilliant. That's Nocturnal Birding by Author and Punisher. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was part 4 for Monthly Measures, October 2025. Still got quite a few more to go. Still got my work cut out for me. Excited to show you some things that I've found. Have a wonderful day, everybody.